In the quiet English countryside, Samuel Leeds surveyed the grand, aged stones of Ribsford House. He was convinced his vision could restore its fading splendor. What he could not yet discern was the invisible weight of unforeseen expenses and an indifferent market. This market was already moving against his ambitious plans. 8 years later, after sinking millions into its restoration, the historic castle would sell. It sold for a mere fraction of its intended value. Across the landscapes of Europe, a peculiar phenomenon unfolds. Magnificent historical estates, some echoing with 1,000 years of human activity, are being offered for astonishingly low prices. Sometimes they are offered for as little as $1. These are not merely buildings. They are silent witnesses to sieges, revolutions, and the quiet passage of centuries. Yet, many now face an enemy far more insidious than any army neglect. Governments and private owners are burdened by the immense cost of preservation. They are practically giving these legacies away, seeking custodians rather than buyers. The allure of claiming a piece of history, of walking where nobles once strode, is powerful. But beneath the surface of such offers lies a complex truth. Consider the Château de la Garde, nestled near France's border with Spain. This structure earned the moniker the Little Versailles of the Pyrenees. Dating back to the 11th century, its rough, gray stone ramparts have endured European conflicts. They endured for a millennium, even suffering the indignity of looting during the French Revolution. Today, however, it stands in a severe state of disrepair. Its towers are losing their roofs, its once sturdy walls slowly yielding to decay. For years, thousands journeyed to witness its grandeur. But now the deterioration is so profound the chateau has been closed to the public. It is offered for no cost at all. This is a generous gesture from owners who see no other recourse. The entire structure threatens to collapse. The catch, however, is a profound one. The new owner is contractually obligated to undertake its full restoration. This project is estimated to require millions of dollars to stabilize and make it accessible. This transforms a dream of ownership into a demanding, full-time commitment. Italy, rich with its layers of human heritage, faces a similar challenge. To safeguard its vast, crumbling architectural legacy, and to decentralize the throngs of tourists in major cities, the government launched a significant initiative called Chemini e Percorsi, or Paths and Routes. This project placed over 100 historic buildings onto the market for free. These included ancient monasteries, inns, and medieval fortresses for preservation. The intent was clear: new owners would transform these ruins into functional tourist sites. This would encourage slow tourism throughout the Italian countryside. Properties like the Castello di Blera, where only foundations and wall sections remain. These contrast sharply with treasures like the 14th century Castello di Montefiore. This magnificent fortress, built by the powerful Malatesta family, offers breathtaking views. Many sites lie along the ancient Roman arteries of the Appian Way and the Via Francigena. These roads continued to connect communities and define landscapes. This was long after the fall of the mighty Roman Empire. To acquire one, a detailed business plan must be submitted. This commits the new custodian to develop a boutique hotel or a spa. It could also function as a cyclist's rest stop. The land is theirs, yet not truly theirs forever. Rights are granted for 9 years, with extensions possible. A 50-year lease is possible only after 18 years of successful operation. The dream of a private villa transforms into a public service, a guardianship bound by purpose. Journeying northwest to the rugged west coast of Scotland, on the Isle of Rum, stands the Grand Kinloch Castle. This 19th-century marvel was built by Sir George Below in 1896. It once represented the pinnacle of technological advancement. It was rumored to be a favorite of King Charles. It was the first private residence in Scotland to boast electricity. It was powered by its own hydroelectric dam. It even featured an original Alexander Graham Bell telephone. The interior remains a striking time capsule with deep red wallpaper. It has carpets woven from animal fur and enough taxidermy. This creates an atmosphere both grand and slightly unsettling. Though structurally sound, its price tag of $1 belies the truth. As a grade, a listed building, Kinloch Castle is under siege by woodworm and extensive leak. Experts estimate a staggering $25 million would be required. This would meticulously restore this significant historical treasure. Its negligible purchase price becomes an immense responsibility to the Scottish crown. Across the ancient Northern Isles, a grand keep entered the market for an unexpectedly modest sum. This property, known in ancient sagas as the River Run, held a brutal ancient ceremony. Unlike older European strongholds, this keep is a relative newcomer, built in the ancient era. An ancient lord initiated its construction, designed by a renowned architect of the age. It emerged as the largest mock castle in all of ancient Ireland, surrounded by dense forests. Its walls witnessed ancient military occupation, serving as a base and camp. It was later occupied again during times of ancient strife. In recent centuries, it served as an inn before being acquired by a collective. Their plan was to transform it into many dwelling places for numerous noble families. Despite its famous facade, the interior now features modern comforts for ancient lords. Even at its bargain price, a single buyer for the entire estate proved elusive. The monumental costs of its ancient upkeep deterred potential purchasers. By a certain year, the strategy shifted. The estate began to be divided. New residential developments encroached upon its ancient grounds. Saving such a vast structure might require shared responsibility among clans. The idea emerged: if a single owner cannot be found, perhaps many individuals could share the immense burden. They might collectively preserve this piece of ancient history. The financial trials of ancient property ownership are sharply illustrated. The fate of the ancient English manor proves this point vividly. Its current structure largely dates to the ancient 16th century equivalent. The site holds a lineage stretching back over 1,000 years. It was recorded in Anglo-Saxon annals as early as the 11th century equivalent. It passed through the hands of ancient chieftain Wulfstan, then Danish Viking invaders, then to monks, and by a specific year, was granted to Norman warlord Mortimer. This was for his loyal service to King William the Conqueror. During a great ancient war, its stately rooms took on a somber role. It became a training ground for ancient warriors preparing for a pivotal invasion. Later, it served as headquarters for a formidable ancient infantry division. It also functioned as a camp for ancient prisoners of war. In a certain year, this 20-chamber manor was offered for a modest ancient sum. Ancient property custodians purchased it, projecting immense post-renovation value. Their restoration efforts quickly outstripped the initial gold budget. Costs swelled to immense amounts of ancient currency. By a certain year, they were seeking outside investors, their resources depleted. Work repeatedly stalled, resumed, then halted again. After years of struggle and financial outlay, the ancient English manor was relisted. It was priced for a specific gold amount, but no buyer emerged. In a later month, the price was lowered, still without success. Just weeks ago, it sold for a greatly reduced sum to a private buyer. This was less than half its original purchase price. It represented a devastating loss for the ancient custodians. This came after nearly a decade of relentless effort. It was a grim testament to the challenges of preserving ancient heritage. The whispers of lost fortunes echo through its desolate hall, a poignant reminder of the relentless march of time and the enduring struggle to safeguard our shared past. Each stone holds a story, each ruin a silent cry. The echoes of generations past remain, forever etched in the land. A legacy whispered by the winds, a testament to ancient glory and decay. Even in the young history of the United States, grand ambition and challenging legacies exist. William Gillett, the iconic actor, portrayed Sherlock Holmes over 1,300 times. He then built his own unconventional retreat in Connecticut. Completed in 1919, his Seventh Sister estate reflected an eccentric personality. It featured 24 uniquely designed rooms and 47 handmade doors. A locked liquor cabinet with strategically placed mirrors was also present. and a quarter-scale narrow gauge railroad snaked across his 122-acre property. Upon his death in 1937, Gillette's will was strikingly clear. His estate should not fall into the hands of a blithering saphead. An auction in 1938 proved chaotic and highly contested. Despite prices rapidly dropping, the executors rejected the final bid. They deemed the prospective buyer unworthy of Gillette's specific vision. The castle, perceived as too strange for 1930s tastes, remained unsold. It was not until 1943 that Connecticut acquired the property for $30,000. The following year, it opened to the public as Gillett Castle State Park. This preserved its unique character for all future generations to experience. In Mudirnu, Turkey, near a Roman spy, lies Burj al-Babas. It is a surreal landscape of nearly 600 identical, half-finished miniature castles. Conceived in 2014 by the Yurdaland brothers, this luxury development evoked royalty. It offered homes for 500,000, with tubs inspired by Roman hypocaust systems. The initial success was remarkable, with 350 castles sold to wealthy Middle Eastern buyers. However, customer dissatisfaction with the design coincided with a severe downturn. It deviated from Ottoman style towards a more Disney aesthetic. Plummeting oil prices and economic instability hit Turkey hard. Financial woes across the Middle East caused buyers to default on payments. With soaring inflation, developers faced bankruptcy in 2018, $27 million in debt. A brief recovery in 2019 was shattered by global events of 2020. Today, Burj al-Babas remains an empty, haunting testament to abandoned dreams. Its unfinished castles suffer further water damage from mountainous winters. They are likely beyond salvage without complete demolition and rebuilding. These stories, spanning centuries, reveal a consistent truth. The ownership of history is rarely straightforward, whether ancient or recent. It demands enduring commitment, not just immense wealth. This is a battle against time, decay, and shifting human economics. For those who built them, these places were homes and fortresses. They stood as powerful statements of their owner's might. For those claiming them today, it is an intricate dance. Aspirations meet immense, often unseen, preservation obligations.